The desert locust is an enigma. This small insect, colored in hues of beige and brown, presents two contrasting faces to our world. On one hand, it is a harbinger of famine, capable of decimating crops and leaving behind a trail of agricultural destruction. On the other hand, it is an integral part of the ecosystem, playing a vital role in the delicate balance of nature. The desert locust, scientifically known as Schistocerca gregaria, is a species of short-horned grasshopper. They are notorious for their ability to form massive swarms that can stretch for miles, a stark contrast to their usually solitary nature. This duality, this Jekyll and Hyde personality, makes the desert locust a fascinating subject for study. Understanding this complex creature requires us to look beyond the fear they often evoke. We must delve into their biology, their behavior, and their impact on both our lives and the environment. Only then can we truly appreciate the intricate relationship we share with the desert locust. The life cycle of the desert locust is a story of transformation. It begins with an egg laid in the warm, moist sand. From this emerges a nymph, a wingless miniature version of its adult self. The nymph, solitary and unassuming, spends its days feeding on whatever vegetation it can find. As the nymph grows, it sheds its skin several times, a process known as molting. With each molt, it grows larger and stronger, its wings slowly developing. This period is crucial, for it is the environmental conditions during this phase that dictate the locust's destiny. When the food is plentiful and the locust population is low, the nymphs remain solitary. However, when resources become scarce and competition increases, a remarkable transformation occurs. Triggered by physical contact and chemical signals, the locusts undergo a behavioral and physiological metamorphosis. They become gregarious, attracted to each other, forming massive swarms that can darken the sky. The sight of a locust swarm is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Billions of insects, driven by an insatiable hunger, descend upon fields and gardens, consuming everything in their path. Crops that took months to grow are devoured in hours, leaving behind a barren landscape. The impact on agriculture is devastating. Food security is threatened, livelihoods are destroyed, and economies are crippled. A single swarm can consume the equivalent of food for 35,000 people in a day. The consequences, particularly in vulnerable regions, can be catastrophic. History is replete with accounts of locust plagues, biblical in their scale and ferocity. From ancient Egypt to modern times, these swarms have left an indelible mark on human civilization, reminding us of the awesome power of nature. Despite their destructive potential, desert locusts are not inherently malicious. They are simply responding to their environment, driven by an instinct to survive. And in their own way, they contribute to the intricate web of life in their ecosystem. Locust swarms, while devastating to crops, can have a fertilizing effect on the soil. Their droppings and decaying carcasses release nutrients back into the ground, enriching its fertility. This can be beneficial in arid regions where nutrients are scarce. Furthermore, locusts serve as a vital food source for a variety of predators. Birds, reptiles, mammals, and even other insects rely on locusts for sustenance. The sudden influx of protein provided by a swarm can trigger a surge in predator populations, which can have cascading effects throughout the food chain. The relationship between humans and the desert locust is complex, a delicate dance between exploitation and coexistence. We must strive to mitigate the damage they cause while also recognizing their place in the natural order. Only through understanding and respect can we hope to find a balance that ensures both human well-being and the preservation of our planet's biodiversity.